Hello and welcome to the Moving Forward podcast. This is Rob and I'm here with Andy Lamrock. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Rabi, good to be with you. What are we going to look at today?
This is part 2 of episode 12, and we are discussing LinkedIn, which says it will stop repeatedly copying iOS clipboard. And this,
I didn't know it was. Are you serious? Is it doing that?
oh
Really?
yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
As
Okay.
was reported by The Verge, LinkedIn says it will stop repeatedly copying iOS clipboard, and this comes after a user highlighted the seemingly privacy-invasive practice. The app copies clipboard contents to perform what they call equality check between what a user is typing and what's in their clipboard without specifying why this check was necessary. The behavior was discovered thanks to a new privacy feature in iOS 14, which we've discussed in episode 11, Andy, which we've talked about in the previous podcast in there. Reddit is also saying it's releasing a fix for a piece of code that copied content from users' clipboards. A Reddit spokesperson wrote in an email to The Verge saying, "We tracked this down to a code path in the post composer that checks for URLs in the pasteboard and then suggests a post title based on the text contents of the URL." So apparently iOS 14 brought enough attention to this that LinkedIn, Reddit, and other platforms had to do something about it. Is this a win for personal security? Should we be all thankful to Apple?
I have to say I was a bit surprised
Hmm.
to hear LinkedIn doing this, but as we did say in the previous podcast, I think you said there was something like they discovered like 54
Yeah.
apps are using this this click. What is it called? The clipboard feature.
Yeah. Yeah. Copying information from the clipboard.
I just can't understand why LinkedIn would want to do that in the first place. It's, I guess, all kudos to Apple, sure, right? But
Yeah.
let's look a little bit further here. This practice is obviously prolific.
Yeah.
It cuts a lot further than what we talked about with TikTok the other day. Wow. Who's got our data? That's probably the question we should be asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is this data
You know,
stored?
yeah. So, I think rather than just saying kudos to Apple, I think it's, I'm glad it's out in the open.
Hmm.
As a parent, it really will just further enforce how important it is to think about data and data privacy and identity and things like that, particularly with children online. I mean, as adults, the rule obviously applies, but as a parent, it does make me question what digital services our children are using, particularly due to lockdowns and the
Hmm.
coronavirus and things like that. We've all switched on to being digitally native.
Yeah.
And innocently, our children could be using games that are great for collaborating in their age space, but also where's their identity going? What's their privacy look like? Scary little thought.
Yeah, and it does raise a lot of suspicion, really, because a lot of these companies like LinkedIn, like Reddit, have said that they're doing it for specific reasons, and now they're saying they're going to stop doing it. So it does, bear
Mm.
the question. So why were you doing it in the first place if you're going to remove it now after we've shed light on this? It doesn't seem like the use of the clipboard content was really that important to you in the first place, other than collecting data. We've also seen response from governments. The United States and Australia, I believe, are considering banning TikTok, which is way more aggressive in gathering data than LinkedIn and Reddit, and it is known to exploit more younger generations just because of the nature of the social aspect of the application. Very interesting stuff. Looking forward to see how this will move forward. I am thankful to Apple, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for bringing this forward. It's a good topic, one for us all to be really aware with and get a little bit sharper on. Thanks for joining us.